Hey yo, it's your boy Engine Albatross here again, here with his Cypher Unlimited pals. We got Alpha Dean and Spigs, and today we're here with Lawful Stupid RPG. And Dean, can you tell us a little about them?
Yeah, well, Lawful Stupid RPG is a uh, multi-genre Twitch and YouTube actual play stream, and I guess your show is based out of the UK. Almost 50 episodes. Um, Settings like 5e, Cypher System, Traveler. You guys got 20 players and part of your troop, and I think what two active campaigns going on at this time. You do several one shots and you always have something going on as it seems. So, without further ado, Lawful Stupid Gaming guys, would you introduce yourselves for us?
Who's going first?
You are Lee.
Yeah, my name's Lee. I don't know how much you want me to go into detail because obviously I know you've got questions. But yeah, I'm one of the founders.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm the other company founder. Good to be on the show, guys. Thanks for having us.
And I'm Zimm. I'm just a lurker.
He's not. He's one of our DMs.
Yeah, DMs players.
First off, guys, welcome to Cypher Unlimited. We're so happy to have you. I've managed to spend the last week looking through your catalog, and it's pretty extensive and very enjoyable. And we're definitely going to recommend everybody from our show and on our server to watch your guys' stuff because you guys are really doing some awesome stuff.
Cool, thank you.
But let's just go into quick. How'd you guys meet, and what made you guys start Lawful Stupid RPG?
God,
Lee wouldn't shut up about it.
No, Mark decided to fuck off and leave the country. So we thought we want to be able to play together. How long have I known you now, Mark? What, 10 plus years?
10, 12 years, yeah. We were like gaming together in the UK, tabletop games, and then I left. Yeah.
Mark left late last year, wasn't it?
August, yeah.
August last year. And obviously a bit gutted. A lot of the group sort of decided, it'd be nice to play together. So I went ahead and tried to convince Mark to do this. It took a while, obviously from where he is, but we're hopefully starting the main campaign, which was meant to be started. That's going to be starting this month sometime.
Yeah. We got the final audition for the final player tonight, and then it's just a matter of getting our ducks in a row and getting it rolling. Yeah.
But one of the other plans we wanted to do as well was obviously I've been inspired by other shows, the Critical Roles, the Geek and Sundries, the usual great companies that are out there. And one of the things I wanted to do was there's so much talent out there that's not, people that aren't voice actors and stuff. People who are just genuine players. There's a lot of really good talent out there that deserve to be seen. I've come from being a Twitch streamer, a Twitch affiliate for myself in my actual job. So yeah, I just took it from there. We've managed to set up a proper company and just built from there, really. Managed to get some extremely talented people.
That's the main thing. We've got this great team who's helping us out. Lee and I, obviously you can't run a show like this on your own. So we've got some incredible DMs, some people helping us out on the business side, and artists and people who know how to make websites work. And it's just blown up really in the last couple of months. So
it's gone crazy.
It's really nice.
Take some of the credit because you guys did put in a lot of hard work and it shows. So your guys had a little bit to do with it. How did you guys hook up with Zimm?
Zimm was one of our first guys that actually come into our community. We decided to I can't remember. I think I put a post up on
No.
Reddit.
I put a post on Reddit, and then you like, hey, we're doing this. I'm like, you want to join? I was like, sure. And then it was just basically a sprint ever since then, just to keep
Been 0 to 100 very fast. Yeah. But Zimm was one of our first guys on the show. He runs all different types of stuff, which is what we wanted. And I think Worcester was the other one. Worcester and Zimm were our first DMs, and it's just gone from strength from there, really. So,
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, pretty cool. But that'll help us lead on to our next question. Can you explain to our listeners who may not know, how do you guys decide who's going to be DMing for like the stream or the videos or whatever have you, and how do you decide what systems or settings that you'll play?
We have like really strict auditions. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first month or till we come up to our first actual live show, I think we did. What was it? I mean, Zimm, you were a part of it. Was it like 5-6 weeks worth
of auditions? Yeah.
Yeah, I was up till silly o'clock, doing constant auditions, sitting through, watching some great players and watching some not so great players. Obviously, no, everyone's different. And then, we picked up some amazing players, amazing DMs, decided to put them together, and hopefully the chemistry worked, and gone from there. Really?
Yeah, it's been really busy. We've got like one slot open in our third stream game, and there's 9 auditions tonight. Much later, we're starting to have to.
And we only advertised in our own community as well.
Yeah.
We were going to advertise outside it, but we thought, let's go in our own first. And So I'm looking forward to that.
So
That's really cool.
a piggyback question, since you guys mentioned it a couple times just now, what goes into an audition to get into your like game or whatever have you? Like, what does a person have to bring to the table to say, hey, I want to be a part of this? Do you guys have like strict like monologues or like gameplay? Like you have like to review their gameplay, or what goes into that?
So tonight, for example, we're running 2 slots of 2 hours each, 4 players in each. And it's going to be a mix of like 3 scenes, some role playing, some exploration, bit of combat to see how you can make that interesting on a stream, because otherwise it can be pretty boring. And then Lee and another one of our guys is going to sit in on the call, camera and mic muted. And then afterwards, we'll just take notes on how the players worked, how their role playing was, how their group dynamic was. Big shows like Critical Role, they make a big point of the voice acting and the improv and what have you. For us, group dynamic is important. Being enthusiastic is important. Keeping the game going is important. But I think every DM will have slightly different requirements. So like Michael will have had a different requirement for his game, and Harry a different one for him. So the DM gets a lot of input into what they're looking for.
Yeah, one of the key things we were looking for as well was one of the key parts of our whole company is that we wanted to show authentic gaming. As I said, using Critical Role as an example, people come in and think that's how D&D should be played. I mean, the expectation is so high, but these guys are professional and amazing voice actors. They've got such a massive list of the shows and stuff that they've done, and although they've done a massive, they've done great for the D&D community in general. But a lot of new people come in and they expect that's how D&D's got to be played. And we wanted to sort of strip all that away. I say the voices, if you can do a voice, great. If you can't, it doesn't matter. You just got to be, we want authentic games, how you would sit around a table and play, and not be professional voice actors. But yeah.
No voices from me.
I've played for a long time, and I've only put voices to characters since I've been doing Lawful Stupid. And at first I was like, oh my God, I feel like such a dick. But since it's come along, I've kind of grown into it. And I've said to Mark, one of the things that, I've realised I've had to up my game to bring it on level with the people that we've got in. That's
nice. So, that being said, can you guys say what your favorite systems to run or games, that you think are better for actual play and recording?
Or personal, what we play, would prefer. Yeah. Well, I've grown up on D&D. I love the whole genre, and it was only through Mark was I introduced to other systems. I say it's always been D&D and part of Pathfinder. And obviously meeting Mark, we played Mage, Vampire, Torg. I missed out on a couple of the other ones, but we've tried I think there was other ones, weren't there? Little ones.
Traveller, 316.
Yeah, I missed out on Traveller.
Quest. Yeah.
I think I had pneumonia at the time for that sort of side of things. But and then obviously meeting people like Zimm, I got to play the Cypher system. Worcester. Got to play the Traveller system finally. Sadly, I had to pull out of it. I was originally one of the players of it, but I had to pull out. I think I was committing myself to too much. You know, everyone loves to play games every day of the week, but when you've got 3 kids and a wife and, you know, and a job, it sort of takes up your whole life. And yeah. Well, my favourite's D&D. My favourite will always be D&D, but then I'm always open to playing other systems.
D&D is a lot like comfort food, I think, you know, and I tend toward them the older editions, and I think those work really well for stream games because they're really stripped down. There's not much going on, and you can just kind of throw a few dice and then lean into the role playing and story side of it. We talked about it before we came on air. Torg, I think, is amazing. I don't know how good that would be streamed because of all the little dice and the counters. And
I think people would love it. It's so messed up.
Yeah,
it's such a messed up game, and I was sitting there thinking, we're fighting dinosaurs. How is a ninja robot just come in? And it was just like, okay, well, it works. Let's just do it. You know,
if you guys ever decide to run Tor, contact me.
Well, don't tell Mark that. Jesus Christ, he'll be dropping what we're bloody meant to be streaming to.
I'm all about Torg since I've known him.
I'm all for it. Trust me. Torg is like, that's my go-to bubble gum.
Yeah,
there's always that one guy who won't shut up about Torg, you know. And so,
How about you, Zimm?
Currently, because I'm like that RPG hoarder, like I buy probably a new one every other week. But currently, I would say probably Cypher System and Invisible Sun are like my 2 like obsessions currently.
Exactly.
Did you buy the box for Invisible Sun?
I did. I have the big black cube in my bedroom.
Oh, cool.
That thing is wild. That thing is
It is.
like I can't believe all the secrets they jam packed into that thing. Like, I don't want to really discuss spoilers on the air or anything like that, but if you're interested in Black Cube and mysteries, go for it. Like,
I was upset when I had to like start poking holes in things. I'm like, what? Why are you making me do this?
Oh boy,
yeah, it's pretty crazy. All right, since Al piggybacked on my question about how to recruit players, I'll ask Zimm a question because he's the Cypher System GM and we're Cypher guys. What made you want to run Cypher System for Lawful Stupid RPG? And I saw both your games and they were kind of. I saw the Christmas game, which was awesome, by the way. You know, so where'd you come up with your ideas?
Well, I sit in like a little cave and I kind of just, wrote no. I kind of just talk to my players and just kind of throw ideas out there and say, hey, these are different things that, the Cypher system is awesome because it's a very open system. It's very player friendly. It's very narratively open. So that's why I like it because I can usually put any setting that I feel like, for whatever reason into the Cypher system. For the Christmas episode, I was just like, because we were doing the Guardians and we were doing a superhero type game. I was like, well, since it's Christmas, why don't we just make elves superheroes and have them save Christmas and see what happens?
So, and all our powers were like sparkly and
and the same thing for the Guardians. It was superheroes and like I watch a lot of streams and I would say like Eric Campbell and Geek and Sundry, like watching a lot of things that Darcy Ross does, Monty, Shauna, all of them. It just kind of gives you ideas and you like pull from them. I'm like, oh, like I will admit, if it's a good idea, I'll be like, ooh, that's good. I'll just take it and use it.
Who doesn't?
That's what we all do.
Exactly.
That's it for my game. But yeah, it was just one of those things that I do that. And then I kind of bounce off my players. Like for a lot of my games, I'll have because like for my first stream, I literally have like about 7-8 pages of this could happen. And then, your players come in, they're like, no, I just want to punch this. I'm like, all right, well, since that takes off these 5 pages. All right, well, I guess we're improving from now.
Yeah.
I think all of our DMs have pretty realised that they might just improv, completely improv.
That's why I start with 5 lines and eliminate the 7 pages. But shout out to Darcy Ross. We interviewed Darcy, and we'll put the link down to interview for Darcy. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
These guys are talking about improv too, real quick. Just piggyback on that. We do a thing called GM Roulette. If you haven't seen it yet, take a look. We've got a couple already. We're going to re-record another session of it. So you might want to check that out too.
I have seen that. It's awesome and hilarious at the same time.
All right, so let's just keep it on going. Do you guys have any advice for someone wanting to getting into streaming games? And what are some pitfalls that they could potentially avoid, like from just starting up?
Music is the one actually that I keep stumbling over, because I love to use music at the tabletop, right? But if you're going to be streaming it, there's all this copyright crap you got to pay attention to, and I'm just, God, I can't. We still haven't found a proper solution. We got a music guy, but
we've been quite lucky because of we've worked. Me and Mark, we worked in the game. Well, I still work in the games industry, but me and Mark worked together a long time ago, and we had people like very talented composers and stuff. And we had a guy called Rick Horrocks, amazing composer. I don't know why he's not in films and stuff like that. And he just said you could use all of my stuff, and he's going to be making stuff from here out. But obviously, awesome. These things we've got to pay. We're allowed to use everything he's got already, but obviously, if we want new stuff, we've got to pay for it. So once the channel starts making good money, then obviously we can start. Because me and Mark, we'd love our role-playing yacht, but we're all the money we want to pile straight back in, get people better gear, all that sort of stuff. But
that's another pitfall, I think. Gear, making sure that everyone's got the right cameras and decent. Like I'm still on a crappy little USB headset, and I've got to upgrade to a decent mic before
He's
my
got 2 weeks to do that.
But that's surprising the difference that it makes, because there was a survey a little while ago about what do you care the most about in streams, and characters, no; storylines, no. It was audio quality and graphics quality came out as being the top things. So yeah, that's a big thing to pay attention to.
I've streamed for quite a few years now. I've stopped my personal stream. I used to stream a lot of my work, which is like 3D art. Yeah. And my biggest thing I would say is people want to see who you are. So a camera is important. You don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. A good mic, and like a setting behind you. So one of the things that I'm in the lounge at the moment, but I'm going to be converting out and back into my office. So, but yeah, there's plenty of really good YouTube videos out there for what makes successful streams. But yeah, and it depends. If you're going to do games and stuff, you've got to find what people want to watch.
I have another question just to piggyback on that one. Your guys' overlays are fantastic. Who does your overlays?
Oh, it's just some amazing artist. I don't know. Yeah, we're quite lucky we've got him. Yeah. Oh wait, it's me. I'm a 3D. I work in the games industry as a 3D artist, and one of the little passions that I like is I used to make a lot of like in forums. They used to do signatures. I used to make a lot of them. So I've just gone from there. I mean, I know how to work Photoshop. I've got some pretty good ideas.
I mean, because that's the first thing that stood out to me when I started, doing my research is the overlays pop. And that's one of the things that, like, I've never really noticed till about a year ago, but now that's the first thing I look at.
Yeah, and it's so important. If you want to stand out and look professional, you've got to,
Yeah, your guys' stuff is top notch.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I still have some of my old signatures from forums, and it's like I'm looking at it and going, okay, that's pretty decent.
The thing is, forums aren't used too much these days, so
right.
Dying breed.
I've just made a new one for the new campaign coming out in a few weeks. I'm looking forward to showing that one off, especially with our new artist, our art director. He's an incredible talent. Mark's known him for many years. I've worked with him in the past, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to showing that off.
Yeah, he's good.
That's awesome. I mean, that's really cool, guys. I mean, great information. Since this international feel you got going on, I mean, it's pretty awesome. It's definite. It's real. So, is it really difficult getting everybody together? With different time zones and such, or
Yes.
how the
It's
forecast it?
Yeah.
One of the key things we found is that if we're going to put something on stream, we've said to everyone, look, this is the time slot. You obviously, we want you to stream. Can you commit to that slot? And if they're like, yeah, some weeks I can, some weeks I can't, they're cut. It's just one of those things. You've got to be tough. It's obviously if someone's ill one week or they've got stuck in traffic, there's nothing you can do about that. That's completely and utterly fine. But the people that we put on, they've got to commit. We've recently, for this audition, we had to pull one guy because he was umming and ahhing if he could make it or not. We said, well, this is the time the slot's going to happen. Can you not commit to that week? Oh, no, I can't. No. Why are you auditioning then? So, it's just but yeah, that's what the case is, yeah. But you got to be tough.
Oh, that's awesome.
What do you think the biggest difference is from streaming games for an audience and playing in the home game?
That just now, dead time.
Zimm looks like he has
That
something to say.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
I have got an answer for that, but I'll let Zimm answer his.
I think the biggest thing as far as a home game and a stream game is it is, us playing, realistic D&D. It's not like scripted or anything. You don't have as much leeway with a stream game as a home game because there might be things that you might say or quirks that you might have that may be completely fine at your table. But the thing is that you have to remember everything you say and do is on the internet forever. It's never
Forever.
So you have to be very cognizant of what you're doing, what you're saying, and how you're appearing as a person because, it only takes you to say one thing and be taken out of context, and then, now you're the guy who,
Yeah.
Forever.
It's so easy to just tread out a line with that one saying. That one saying could ruin you. I've been in that position. So for me, the one thing I find is the difference is I find some people feel that they might need to put on a show because it's live, but then we have to step back and say, look, it needs to be authentic. So as long as there's a mix between that and the show, we try to get, because a lot of people might be nervous. And I think we all were nervous on the first sort of few streams. The DMs were nervous. Worcester, he's a great DM. You could tell how nervous he was for his first stream. I think Zimm was probably the same. Probably got quite nervous for his first stream. And then they just get better and better after that when they get more comfortable. And that's what it is. Because obviously you're performing to people, and we've been quite lucky. Most streams that start will spend 6 months to a year, have 1, 2, 3 viewers. We've gone straight in with like 30 to 60 viewers, which is incredible. We're mind blown with that. So, but we know that people want to watch. If people, as I've said, there's a lot of talent now. People want to watch talent, which is what we've been quite blessed with.
I think another thing you guys have cornered is that authentic feel. You really do capture, kind of the gaming table as opposed to the voice actors and, the bigger sets, which I think is brilliant, and, something hopefully we can, we're getting together and we can start doing too. So that's good stuff.
Good.
Cool.
But yeah, so for your guys' streams, do you guys spend a lot of time focusing on the game's mechanics, or do you concentrate more on the narrative style of your play? Like, does that influence what games you choose? Like, how much does mechanics play into that?
I'll let Mark answer this one then.
Well,
I'm answering a lot.
Yeah, for me, that's one of the reasons that the stream that's going to be starting shortly, it's AD&D second edition. It's actually kind of a mix between classic and advanced Dungeons and Dragons, but we're taking a pretty rules light approach to that. We're going to be using real dice. You're not going to be seeing numbers scrolling back and forth on the screen. But I think overall, the mechanics have got to take a little bit of a backseat. You want to capture the excitement when you roll the natural 20, or when you crit the bad guy, or when you make your saving throw at the last second. That's got to be there. That's got to be alive. But watching somebody go 15 plus 3, that's an 18. No. So you've got to lean into the role-playing side, the narrative side, the entertainment side. You know, it's got to be authentic, but you've got to strike a balance to make it something that someone's going to want to watch.
Yeah.
How have you found it, Zimm, in your games?
I'm pretty much 80% narrative based because, I mean, mechanics are there for a reason and they're there to help you progress the game or make certain things interesting. But in the end, it's you and whoever you're playing with telling the story. If you over, I mean, it's not interesting to me, just like you said, sitting here and just watch you random a bunch of news. Even with the side system, I'm like, all right, I'm specialized, 2 steps down, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, just let me know. Like, roll and let's see what happens. But narrative is a bigger thing for me.
I got a target number in my head, and I'll tell you if you got it or not.
Sometimes that's easier just to do that, you know.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I always hear the argument, like using Critical Role or any of major streamers. Hey, you know, that's not realistic. You know, they're following 75% of the rules. But who wants to watch 90%, 100% of the rules? That's just not entertaining.
Yeah.
And to take that whole thing a step further, come on, guys. You know, we all know that rules are there for a reason, but we're all gamers, and everybody here has been playing for, you know, multiple years. We got 100 years of gaming sitting in front of us right now, and it's like, you know, we all break the rules, you know, to make the game flow.
Exactly.
Well, as they say, they're not rules, are they? They're just guidelines.
They're guidelines, exactly.
I mean, every game role-play system you play, it literally says that somewhere, these are just guidelines. If you don't like it, change it. I'm like, okay, so I didn't like it. I changed it.
Right. You know, and I think Charles Ryan said it the best for Cypher system. You know, he said the rules are for the players, not the GM.
Exactly. Yep.
A quick thing about Mark, your 2nd edition game. When does that start? Do you have a start date for that?
Not yet. It'll be sometime in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
I made my bones in 2nd edition. I got a special place in my heart.
It's great. It's a great system. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look at it. That's my favorite.
Well, Anthony, you know, did, you know, take my question, but it's okay.
Bastard.
Because basically it's what's coming next, guys. You know, I mean, you know, so we know the 2nd edition game. What else can we look forward to in the future?
Well, we had to make a really hard business decision a few weeks ago. Mark?
Yeah.
Ago. And this is not down to people that are, you know, not good or anything like that. It was purely down to the fact that we needed to sit down and say, right, our main goal is that we need to make Twitch partner. And, you know, this is mainly my fault. I want to put streams on every day of the week, you know, 2-3 streams a day. But it really hits you when you're trying to make partner, because obviously the average viewer, bull crap. So we made a real hard decision to cut all of the show. We cut 3 shows, and just had the 2 main ones on. Obviously with Eroff, which is going to be our 3rd one, because it was going to be the original one. And then once we've made Twitch partner, we then want to get Cypher back on, Traveller, you know, get all the other shows back on. And that's the thing that we've really struggled with, I think, in the last 3-4 weeks. That was a good test for us.
5th edition is the big thing. Everybody wants to watch D&D 5th edition. Mm-hmm. But it's not the only game system out there. Running a 2nd edition game is a gamble, I think. I think there's enough old school players and new school players who are interested in it to want to watch it.
For some of our viewers who may not know, what exactly is the process to get Twitch partner?
It's so many hours, which they're the easy parts. The hardest part is to get 75 average viewers over the course of a month, and then you can apply, but they can still turn you down. The chances are they won't turn you down if you're hitting that consistently. And as soon as we can get that, we can apply and get that partner tag. We don't care what our average viewers is, then we can then get all these great shows back on. Because like I say, the Cypher one was great. People loved it. But we just had too many shows, and with too many shows with the average, we couldn't get the average up, because some might get 25, some might get 30, some might get 10, and it was proper kicking us. So we just took the hard decision of saying, right, okay, let's just have a couple of shows, if that can then bring the average up. So we should start seeing the average come up. And we've even said, me and Mark, the original idea was to stream Mark's campaign, but we've both said, if that ain't pulling its weight, we'll pull that too.
Yep. Yeah.
We'll still play it, and we'll just record them and stick them on YouTube.
Yeah.
But which is one of the things that we wanted to do with Guardians and stuff as well. But yeah, it's just a case of, as soon as we can get that 75 average of viewers, then we can go back to what we actually want to do.
I'd like it if the channel could become like a spread of programming, that you have your science fiction shows, you have superhero shows, you have modern horror shows, you have fantasy is always going to be the big draw. But getting to the point where that's viable that's proving to be a surprisingly tough road. Yeah.
You hear that, guys? Anybody in the CU on our server? Let's make this happen for these guys, because they're awesome.
Well, you guys are looking to stream as well. I mean, if you guys help us, I'll make you a nice overlay.
That would be awesome, actually.
we actually booked for the next 2 months doing interviews. I don't know how this happened, but we became interviewers all of a sudden.
We did
a good job.
They touted us on Twitter as the best interviewers out there.
The best role-playing game interviews.
No, Grand Emma said it.
Yeah, no, I remember.
But no, I say we want to help. I mean, one of the key things is we've had is, and I think that's really, really big in the RPG community, is RPG players are happy to help other RPG groups.
Absolutely.
If we can make more people aware of D&D, of Cypher, and all these, then surely that's got. Because the thing is, my kids, and I'm sure the rest of you, well, a lot of you have got kids. My kids don't come home and sit and watch cartoons. They go on YouTube.
Yeah.
And on Twitch. Twitch and YouTube is the future.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
And that's it. My kids, I can't get them off of the bloody things. They load up the PC. I've got, obviously, as a game developer, I've got 2 games developing PCs. So I said, right, I've got you that, and my daughter loves doing art, so I've got a Photoshop and everything. They go on there and watch bloody YouTube. I'm like, you've got a bloody iPad for that. But no, like I say, I think RPG people try and help other RPG, and it's the same for us. We had with Worcester and stuff like that, who do the Traveller one. They because obviously we had to pull shows. They wanted to go and they wanted to carry on streaming, and I said, well, let us know, and we'll do our best to. We'll host you. We'll do all like we can to help you get the backing you need.
I believe that's how we met you guys. I put out an all-out asking for content creators that had cool stuff and wanted to be interviewed, wanted to help us, and I met you guys that way.
Oh, good.
And something we've always kind of known before doing interviews and such, but after doing interviews has been like reinforced, is how much people in the RPG community are willing to help other people in the RPG community, regardless of what games you play or whatever have you. If you're trying to get your name or whatever out there, there's someone who wants to help you.
Yeah.
One of the things that we've been doing is that we'll get like people from other shows that come and guest star. Well, we've got it at the moment. We've got a girl, Faye. She's away for a couple of weeks, so we've got like a girl, but she's actually joined us now, and she's part of the Air Off campaign. But then we've got Chris, who runs this channel called Damage Dice. I don't know if you've heard of them, and he's guest starring this week and next week, and then obviously we'll do the same on their channel and stuff like that. And it'll be the same, again, if we do like a one shot of tour or whatever, and you guys want, or whatever it's going to be. That's the idea.
It's not like cross promotion.
Just give us that call and we'll answer.
The other cool thing is, guys, is that the more we do this, the better we get at it. So,
exactly. Yeah.
We got the easy questions out of the way. So now These are the hard, questions that we dig into your soul, pull out your essence.
You remember what we were saying about those answers that you don't want to answer?
You guys are ready for the rapid fire questions?
Go for it.
I guess.
Player or GM?
Player.
GM.
Yeah.
So pull punches or go for that TPK?
TPK.
TPK.
Sorry.
Just TPK.
Well, as a player, sometimes I do make decisions that end up in TPKs.
Online or in person? Online or in person game?
Oh,
In person.
In person.
Yeah.
Yeah, in person.
Says the 3 major streamers.
Yeah, we don't really enjoy this.
I've just decided to cut everything down. Yeah.
Do you prefer to announce the difficulty number or keep it secret?
Keep it secret, keep it safe.
Announce. That's a Torg thing. Just tell them the numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm mixed with that one. Sometimes I just don't want to know.
I don't blame you. I kind of agree with that one.
So salty or sweet snacks at the gaming table?
Oh, sweet.
Salty.
I don't have time to eat.
Yeah,
What is this?
Mark misses out on all the sweets, and we usually have to throw him some.
RP, combat, or a good mix?
RP.
Oh, good mix.
Yeah, good mix.
Oh, I feel like I won that one.
PDFs or physical books?
Oh, books all day long.
Oh yeah, I need the book.
Oh yeah, just yeah.
I don't want that already.
I'm just pissed off. I sold all my stuff, and I've just had to start buying it again. I've just had to buy that again.
Oh.
£17. It's like about 50 years old.
Yeah.
All right, so pen and paper notes or digital?
Pen and paper.
Yeah, pen and paper.
Yeah, pen and paper. I was completely digital for a while, and then I discovered all my pen and paper notes, and I was like, no, this is great. I'm gonna go do it.
Pre-written or original content?
Original content.
Both. A mix. Take the pre-written and mutate it and make it your own.
That's a good answer.
No, that's Anthony.
And so that wraps up our rapid fire questions, gentlemen. You did fantastic.
Cool.
And so thank you guys for being on with us. It's been an awesome chat. We got some insight into streaming and how you guys, formulate your ideas for stuff. And it's just been generally awesome. So for our viewers at home, if they want to reach you guys, how would they do that on the internet? Got Twitter, Facebook? How would they go about reaching you guys?
We've got everything, I think. It's
The
basically
best, the best way is to hit us up on our website, lawfulstupidrpg.com, and there's links there to our Twitter, to Facebook, to Instagram. Mainly we hang out on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So our Lawful Stupid RPG server on Discord is our main kind of hub where everything's going on.
Yeah.
We definitely understand that. But we'll definitely be sure to add those links to the bottom for everyone to see. We can even add a link to the Discord if you want. But
Cool.
we'll be sure to add all those for everyone to see. And
They gave them to me already.
so we're set, we're golden. And so thank you all you guys watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys, Lee, Mark, and Doral for being on, or Zimm. I don't know what you prefer to be called. But again, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, viewers, down below. It'll help us out immensely. Be sure to like, share, subscribe to these guys and all their awesome stuff. And from us at the CU, we will see you later.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.